Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we are live on an early morning edition of the Blackout Tips podcast. It is not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet.
So we got an early morning, actually afternoon, 12 noon, one is game.
Yeah, I hope you're having an ice day. Because it's snowing outside, guys.
Dad jokes. Shout out to y'all to get that.
I think everybody gets the jokes. That's why they hate them. Anyway.
Well, we played that card game.
It's snowing out here a little bit, and they moved the Charlotte Hornets game up to noon. And we're going to still try to go. You know, it doesn't look like, we just got to take our time, which means we're doing our show early so that we don't got to rush. You know, we can get there when we get there. The official weapon of the show is
folding chair.
And the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. Okay, you only get to see Wimbyana one time a year. Okay,
one time a year, dog.
And he playing, so I gotta make it. Okay,
Me too.
We're gonna have to brave the snow. We just gonna drive real slow. I need to see that.
We live with plenty of time.
12-foot alien. I need to see that. Okay, I didn't pay all this money to not see.
Ain't that the truth?
And it's not the same as TV. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't apologize. No, I'm not sorry. Okay, the official weapon of the show is the folding chair.
Yeah, we already did that.
And I already did that. That's why I just did it twice.
Okay,
sometimes I like to do it twice, Karen.
No problem. Folding
to
chair.
be thorough, because I don't remember. And bullet ball extreme. Okay, so anyway, I guess we can go ahead and get into the show. This is a feedback show. This is when we tell you what we have to say about the things you telling us about what we had said already. So y'all just like, hey, remember what that thing you had said? And we like, yeah, sometimes we remember, not always. Sometimes we don't remember. We be like, I don't remember what it said that, but it must have been good because you responded. So we will comment on your comments. We're going to talk voicemails, emails, comments on our website, Spotify, everywhere. We just going to get the comments. Patreon. Everywhere we get comments, we gonna go and find them and respond to them. But we first start off with the people who just said, listen, I like y'all. I want y'all to be around. I want y'all to exist. I appreciate y'all. I want to tip you. How about that? You're the Blackout Tips, but I want to tip y'all. I want to put some money on y'all books. And what they do is they go and donate to the show. They go to the blackouttips.com, look on the right-hand side, and click the donate button. You can donate to the show in any denomination. It can be recurring. It can be one time. If people sign up, we try to give them a first-time shout-out for people we notice that are new. Although we haven't had any new people in a while. I get it, guys. Times are tight. Okay, I get it.
Me too.
This isn't begging. I'm just saying it's the truth. But we give them a shout out. So let's shout out the people.
May I have your attention? You are now listening to Charlotte's own Rod and Karen. We welcome the good folks who tithe to the Black Guy Who Tips.
New walking around money, new talking to sound honeys. I don't know, guys.
It sound funny?
It sounds funny. All right, Waist Bees by Sura. Thank you, Karen, for the assist.
You're welcome.
Michael Irvin, the playmaker. Stefan H. Jonathan H. When we start with the H's they go on a run. Corey B. Jeff M. Nicole F. Michael W. Mako W. Oh, the W's in the house. Marvin B. Yes, Marvin B. J. Full. Early Daisy Photography. Asia D. And finally, Chriselle B. Thank y'all for taking the time out and the money out, obviously, to be like, yo, I want to put something on y'all books. So we appreciate y'all. Let me stop it for y'all start falling out on the floor. All right, we have 5-star reviews. Okay, 5-star reviews are here. And what that means, no commercials. Okay, no extra commercials. We got 4 5-star reviews.
Come on through, 4 5-star reviews.
Y'all came with it. Okay. I don't remember if I read this last one, but I'm pretty sure I must have, because I don't think I put commercials in the last episode. But just in case, I'll read it anyway. Thank you guys for always coming through and keeping it real, from VWHUFF. Oh yeah, I don't think I did read this one. Yeah, so shout out to them. And we will keep it real always, okay?
They ain't got to be long, y'all.
Great show from Bookworm33, who says, updating my review, still my favorite podcast. I've been listening since 2016. Keep doing great work. And Rod and Karen. And the first review said, love this show. Great, thoughtful conversation and comedy. Thanks, Rod and Karen. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the people thank you for not having an extra round of commercials. Sid Vicious says, approaching my 10th year with the Blackout Tips. Not 10 years. What?
Happy anniversary.
Girl, we old. Our baby in school now. 10 years. That baby can read and write.
Right.
It's counting.
Can do arithmetic. Child, 10 years. We might have to put your name on the pew.
This show / network is worth your time and your money. The consistent, nuanced, thoughtful, good, black ass time. Thank you. You know, we strive to be that. That's a consistent, nuanced, thoughtful, good, black ass time. That's what we want to do over here. Thank you, Sid. Tabia 1988 says, long overdue review. Long time listener for at least 10 years. Ooh, not you being a deadbeat listener, but you know what? You done came to our 10th birthday party, and we just happy to see you, Daddy. Okay. We just glad you here. Okay.
We are glad you here, and this is how I feel. When you leave your 5-star review, you can judge the others. I don't care if you left it 3 seconds ago. Turn around and look at everybody else like y'all wrong.
This podcast is amazing. Ron and Karen always discuss timely topics intelligently while maintaining a balance of humor and information. Their consistency and hard work show in every episode. Thank you. Thank you. And the last one is updated because y'all deserve. Thank you. Okay, us and Mama D. We deserve.
Come on, we deserve.
Amor Noir says, I like that name.
Sounds fancy. We French.
Yeah. Well, Noir is black. Amor is love. So Amir love black. That's how I'm reading it. Updated for the new year. Y'all are hitting it out of the park with all the amazing guests this month. Shalewa, JL, Brandon, and Mike. Keep up the good work and the good fight. Yeah, we got another guest coming tomorrow. Tim Barnes is going to be on the show. He was on the show before promoting his it was a cartoon that he made about like space and all this stuff. And we had a good time interviewing him then, and now he's got a new show that he's got coming out, and we'll be talking to him about that. So shout out to Tim. We appreciate him. But yeah, it's been interesting because it's not like, I don't feel like I'm going too much out of my way to book people. It's just, you know, it's kind of like a season of renewal. People have things to promote. People, you know, been reaching out. Can they be on? Some people we've reached out to. And you know, and Mike, you know, I told him, hey, the door is always open. And so Mike, you know, being Mike the robot,
the robot, yes, I
think he's put a reminder in his, like, you know, calendar or whatever to ask every month, can he be on? And yeah, every month he can be on. And the thing that's interesting about Mike, man, I used to be really self-conscious about having Mike on because, you know, Mike can talk, it's an acquired taste, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, are people gonna, you know, not be used to it with our audience? Are they gonna feel, you know, oh, he's talking too much and he's not letting y'all talk enough? And I love Mike, and I love having him on. I love listening to him talk.
Yes, well, I like the way his mind ticks.
Yeah, and while he has gotten better at, you know, just, I mean, talking, he's talking for a living, but being able to like bounce back and forth in conversations and stuff, I think he's even gotten better over the years. But also, like, something was like, man, if I like him, I'm just gonna trust the audience to understand that and see that and love what we love about him too. And I think that has actually come to pass. And I think the more often he's on, to me, I mean, look, people can skip the episode, I don't give a fuck, but I don't think they will, because I think that was mostly in my head. I think people are like, no, I get it too. Like, this dude is fun, and if not, hey, there's always an episode the next day, you know. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad that y'all are enjoying those guests. Brandon too, you know, Brandon's out here in these streets promoting all the time, but you know, every time he wants to come through, he can come through. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not joking about, you know, that with certain folks. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the guests, because that's also a decision we have to make, especially during this time of year where we have basketball games and other shit happening. We may not get to do 5 episodes in a week. So it's like maybe we only do 2 when we got guests on those 2, and we don't get to every single topic and stuff like that. But I'm glad y'all appreciate it. And honestly, like, sometimes I like that better than getting all the topics, because these topics are depressing some days. So it's like, hey man, let's talk about what you got going on.
Yes.
It's like, let me see the news. Murder by ICE, okay. Epstein files, okay.
Dialing with the jail,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, like, ooh, ain't we lucky we got him?
Murder storm crossing the United States.
Like, I don't know, man. Maybe y'all don't want to. Maybe we talk about what Mike's got going on with his relationship. You know,
Right.
All right. So thank you everybody who left the 5-star reviews. We love them, and we appreciate them. Now to get into the show with no commercials, okay? Right now, 32:15. We got 6 comments on this episode, on the website anyway. Let's go to the first one. It's from
Apia.
How did you know? We have no Abbeys here, she said. I understand what you said about white women. I see it for the group in America. Yeah, and what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Think about y'all white women outside of America? Nigga, I'm dealing with just the ones here. I don't know what's going on out. Y'all could be cool in the rest of the world.
Right.
The ones I'm in proximity to, it's 50-50 over here. It's real 50-50 over here.
Know what you gonna get?
I'd like it to be, listen, if white women was batting at like a good, let's see, what is white? Okay, I'm not gonna hold y'all to black women because no one can keep up with black women. But if white women
60%.
was
60%.
right, if y'all was just hitting like 75% in America, I would not talk about white women in mass this way. But when it's 50-50, man, it's like, I don't know, could be for my freedom, could be against it. I gotta be cautious, okay? And I know within those circles, if I gotta be cautious, other white women, it's gotta be treacherous over there. Cause like, you don't even necessarily know until you start talking. It's like, oh no, this woman is crazy.
Right? Oh, this bitch is insane.
Yeah, like I know you don't consume this media over here probably, but man, you just turn on Fox News and see how many of those women on there are white women, and they are talking crazy about all of us. It's like, yeah, I can see why Shalay would arrive to a conclusion that white women don't necessarily like even each other. I understand what you said about white women. I say it for the group in America. Still, it leaves a person like me who isn't buying right-wing lies at all in a weird position. Walking around claiming I'm not like other white women. I'm cool and safe. I mean, if it's true, it's true. I don't know what to tell you. You know? I mean, you don't have to. I wouldn't put it on a T-shirt, but I mean, let your actions speak for themselves. But I mean, I do that shit all the time, though. I think about that all the time. I feel like I'm in all kinds of situations where I'm like, I'm not like the rest of these Negroes, you know? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, you know, people bust out some homophobia at the basketball court. I'm like, I'm not on that bullshit. Also, it doesn't seem right. Still, it's my reality. I never voted conservative, make more money than my husband in the last years, and love working with women. And I have the weird experience of being in a press group, immigrant and woman, and being white. Is the hardest anyone can have it? No. But still, when my parents decided to move to a small village in the 90s, local Nazis still wanted to beat me up. They didn't, but threatened me. Even when you was a baby? Damn. Them Nazis was hardcore.
Right.
Well, I guess they didn't do it, but that's still pretty hardcore to be like, oh, this little immigrant baby. Ooh, I'm gonna beat you up. I wish we as white women would have some kind of group chat where I could address the others who are acting against their interests, but I don't think we have it. Right.
And they would kick you out.
Apia, that's the sign. Y'all don't got it. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? The fact that y'all can't have one is the sign that the white women is not to be relied upon. Because I'm not gonna lie, we do kind of got it here. Like, black people kind of do have our areas of like, okay, the blacks, let's get together over here in the group chat. Listen, they out here shooting niggas. We not marching today. Like, we have that, and I just feel bad, man. Like, one of the biggest betrayals, and I'm not even joking, I really truly do feel bad for this set of white women I'm about to talk about. I felt so bad for the white women that was for Hillary. But it was very telling that they were about to get the shock of their lives, because when Hillary was running, there was this kind of like, we need to get a woman. Why not a woman? Let's support women. What y'all afraid to vote for women? You know, that kind of thing. And so, of course, liberal black people, progressive black people, whatever, we was like, yeah, like, even with misgivings about Hillary Clinton's like track record, there was even black people that brought that stuff up. It was still like, yeah, I'm not dumb, I'm gonna vote for her.
I'm gonna vote for her.
But white women had started like this group. I remember it's called Pantsuit Nation.
Private.
And it was a big Facebook group with lots of people in it, but it was a private group. And I think that was a very,
that says something,
telltale sign that you're rooting for a person to win a popularity contest, and you're on the side of right. If you're in that group, you're pro-choice, you're pro
women's rights,
immigrant, you're pro diversity, equity, inclusion. Like, you're pro all these positive things, right? Things that I think pro marriage equality. Like, you should be out here in the front, like, hey,
saying it with your
we
chest.
riding with our girl. This our girl. We fuck with her. Okay, y'all need to get online because we with her. And the group was private, and I'm like, ooh, that's not a good sign. Because you know whose group isn't private? Trump's group. MAGA not private. They not like, oh, we'll go back to the Facebook chat and we'll discuss this. Like, they out here in the streets like, we hate all the peoples. You know, like, I want Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Let's wear a red hat. You know, Pantsuit Nation was wearing pantsuit in private. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody in that group was like that, obviously. But the fact that the group was not a let's go out and change people's mind, let's force this on folks. They was a, hey man, we don't want no problems, okay, but this is our girl.
It's their proximity to those circles, and that's the thing about it. They don't want to fuck up their friend groups. They don't want to fuck up their connections. They don't want to be ostracized. They don't want to be left out. Like, you know, because it's human nature. It's human nature to want to be a part of a group or a tribe.
Right.
And if you are in these circles and you make a choice, and for a lot of white people, it's them or us. Like, it's nothing in between, and they feel like you, quote unquote, have abandoned or betrayed the race.
Right.
And they take that shit personally.
Right.
And so, for a lot of people, that's why it's hard here in America to get a lot of people, white people, to say it with their chest, because it's a sacrifice that goes along with that, and most of them are not willing and don't want to make that sacrifice. They don't want to cut off family. They don't want to cut off friends. They don't want to cut off loved ones. They don't want to have to, because the thing is, they will find other circles and other groups, but a lot of them don't want to go through that process. And
I would extrapolate that to most people.
Right.
Don't want to do that, except the difference is, as a black person, I can be supportive of progressive, liberal, left-leaning politics. I don't have to give up my group.
Nope.
Like I'm not having to give up 50% of black men when I go, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris. I don't have to. What?
Right.
Like, but white women in America, that's a very real thing, as you just said. Like, you go, I'm supporting Hillary. Up to 50%, 53% of your group may be like, man, fuck you for that. And how many people got that in them to deal with, man, fuck you. And it's not like they carrying around signs. You don't know which of these white women gonna do that. So anyway, that was a much deeper conversation that was sparked by, you know, obvious insecurity around Chalet was offhanded comment, and now it's been 2-3 weeks. Hopefully we can move on. Okay, we know you cool. Hopefully,
yes, we know you.
You know
cool.
what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like this is the last thing I'll say too is, I feel like, and I say this as a straight black man that has my own like oppression and marginalization, but also privilege, right? I say that as a straight black man in America. Yeah, just sometimes you just have to, if you can't if you don't see it, that might mean you not as up on it as you think. Meaning, like, if someone were to say, hey, you know what, man, I love you as a brother, I love black men, but sometimes y'all be tripping with the homophobia. And then I went, homophobia? I've never seen. Now what you saying? Black men is homo? Now see,
sexism,
I'm
all
not
them isms, right?
I'm not homophobic. You know, like that doesn't. I don't think that's helpful.
No, it's not.
Or reflected. That just means I'm not either. I'm not paying attention, or I'm making excuses for them folks. So while it might not be my personal experience, I don't kick it with homophobic black men like that. But that I would be lying or not being honest if I was to just tell, or just being completely blindsided by like what? Then that means I'm not listening to these dudes. Sean says the term gypped is indeed racist. It's a shortening of gypsy, which is actually a derogatory term against Romani, implying that they are Egyptian in origin. Oh, that's what that means? Huh. Racism is weird. So they was racist to the Romani by being like, you know what? You Egyptian. Like, so what? Why how are the Egyptians taking it?
Right?
I feel like the Egyptians like, what the fuck I got to do with this?
Right? Why am I a slur?
Y'all be stealing like them Egyptians. Y'all some real Egyptian type motherfuckers over here, boy. I tell you that. So it is best to avoid both terms. Jerry-rigged is another term of racist origins against Germans, but seeing as it came from a time where they were killing half the Romani population, they rarely complain about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that's... I know the one I learned rigged, I think black people in America know that one. the nigga rigged one, that's the one I knew was racist. I was like, ooh, what? But also... ingenuity.
They just passed it down to a different group.
Whenever they say, well, in both ways, because when somebody say something is nigga rigged, I'll be like, oh, so it's that's black ingenuity. You just don't know how to give us credit, so you gotta throw some racism in there. Anyway, another much older racist term is barbarism. The term barbar was an onomatopoeic term for foreign speak in ancient Rome, and thus the term was a racist term for foreigners. I think I need to end this linguistic tangent here. Well, I appreciate you ending it. You could have ended the paragraph earlier, but I appreciate it. Oh, he wrote back.
We're going to learn something from him.
Right? Sean always teaching. Sean says, oh, the other thing I was going to react to when Rod suggested $10 to review a movie, I was shocked. You are talking for an hour and a half movie, 3 hours of viewing time if both Rod and Karen watch it. Another hour, and movies don't even be an hour and a half now. They be long. Another hour or so of prep time for Rod and probably an hour or two of recording time. Remember, multiply by 2 because it's both of your time. Another hour to edit. So for another 90-minute movie, you should be charging at least $300, considering a minimum of 6 hours of labor. Don't sell yourself short for the Kill Bill thing. 4.5 hours, that's probably a $700 request. Hey man, I hear what you're saying, but ain't no way. I would not feel okay charging nobody that much money to do nothing. Not that anyway. Like I can see it's like, can you travel to this city and do this thing? Okay, give me the money. But if it was just like, can you watch this TV show and review it? I wouldn't feel right being like, oh yeah, sure, $8,000. Also, I mean, I'm sure there's some people with money that listen to this, but nigga, if you got $700 to get us to watch Transformers the movie, man, donate that shit to JL Covan's. Like do something with that. Help us get out of this.
Out of this situation.
Like, I mean, maybe you that rich. You just like 700 is. I wake up, I sneeze, I throw $700 in the trash. Okay, it's just what it is. So y'all might
$700 is a quarter to me.
Take the money and watch the movies, nigga. It's like, okay,
I will then. Damn.
Till all I won. That's Ray from the 804 says, Rod and Karen love y'all for everything y'all do. Responding to the voter poll. What was the poll? Have you seen the video of ICE killing people? Yes, on purpose. No, but I wasn't looking for it. Or just no. Nope. We'll get to the results. Oh, no, you go ahead, Karen.
Oh, just saying my answer to the poll is no.
You haven't seen the video of any of it?
I don't want to see any of it.
I didn't say you want to. There were 3 options, Karen. What is this going on right now? Yes, on purpose. Yes, but I wasn't looking for it. Or no. Yes, but I wasn't looking for it. It's still I wasn't trying to see it. It's not
Yes.
like it was like I was curious. It's like no, this shit is hard to avoid.
It is.
So that's why I'm saying you can be just watching the news and they're like, here's this killing.
They will.
You're listening to another podcast, watching something on YouTube. Everybody is doing it, you know, showing it, talking about it. I do not go looking for these things. I've seen them without looking for them. So
I can see that.
Like I'm a firm no too, but it ain't about just the willpower of it.
True.
Anyway, when Rod suggested, I said that. Sheree says, responding to the voter poll, I almost completely off of social media all for the last 2 to 3 years. I do scroll the AP News headlines to at least be aware of what the general tide is, but that's as far as I go. Even when I was still on Twitter and Facebook, I largely stopped watching videos of people being murdered. Not judging the people who watch those videos, but it felt like watching George Floyd being murdered in multiple videos and on repeat was not good for me and my soul. However you want to define it. It's a dark thing. It's a dark thing to see someone lose their life in real life. No, it's not for me. Yeah, what I think is that it's not for any of us, really. I wonder, are there people still seeking it out? I guess there have to be somebody that's like, I need to see this. And I wonder how much of that is a function from arguing with people online in bad faith and being like, those people lying to you, and then you feeling like I have to go see the truth because the people who lie for a living, who are trying to steal my reality, are out here saying like, no, he had a gun, he deserved to be killed. And I do get it, because when the people in charge of shaping the narrative and running the country start lying right away, you almost do feel like, let me go see it. Cause is this what we running with? Like the Steve Miller, Pam Bondi, that Bongino dude, the Donald Trump, you know, when their first thing is like, oh, the guy had a gun, he was trying to kill them, he was out to assassinate ICE people, and you be like, is that what happened? I think for me personally, I'm just at a place where I can't believe anything comes out their mouth. I honestly believe the opposite. Mm-hmm. So it's just more confirmation. And maybe I'm just that biased now. I don't want to see someone get murdered. So I'm just like, yeah, I know that's not what happened. They murdered that man. And I'm ready to just move on. But even with that being said, I ended up still seeing both of these videos. Not necessarily even the graphic detail of the raw, but just I saw these videos without trying both times. Mm-hmm. Evie says, we become so desensitized to these killings online that I wonder if the ICE murders really affect people at all, or are people upset because they're killing white people. I only saw a blurred video of the latest ICE murder victim, but that was enough. I feel sorry for the victims and their family, but this could have all been prevented if we voted for Harris or even Hillary. What I find interesting about this is how non-black people are mad at black people for mostly sitting out the protest. That's another...
I think let me tell you my opinion. I'm not taking fun of y'all. I think
actually, you know what? Tell me your opinion. That's really why you on the show.
Okay. I think it's a very, very, very small percentage of those people, y'all. I don't mean no harm. I think that group right there is so small, and they are amplified online. They beat their drums and they get their bots and they roll online. But the reality is that is not true for most people, because it don't make sense.
I completely agree with you. When you even see footage of protests, marches, even out here when I'm in the park and I see the No Kings protesters rallying, they're not talking about us.
No.
They're not goading us. They're not like, where are the blacks? I really think that's an online phenomenon. And not to be too cynical, but I think one of the consequences of us having so much of our activism filtered through social media for the last 15 years now is that, one, social media is not really we've now seen that so much ills of social media that raw naivete that we had in 2010 when Twitter first came around and we were like, we can use this tool to change. Look what it did in Egypt. That is gone. Mm-hmm. Because now who owns it? Conservatives. You know, before conservatives, Jack wasn't necessarily a beacon of a bastion of hope. Everything he did that was positive was because he was pushed into it and prodded into it.
Yes.
And you can tell that because on his way out, he sold it to Elon Musk and was like, this guy will run it right. And what was Elon Musk promising to do to turn it into the hellscape it is now, where I can get called nigger 75 times a day and he can just be like, yep, that's what it's supposed to be. Oh, let me push Nazi conspiracies. This is what real freedom is. Real freedom is me as a white man calling you a racial slur, but hey, freedom of speech, right? What you say about me? Blocked, muted, banned from the site. So I say all that to say, like, when we consume it on that biased of a platform that shows us discord, discontent, conflict, that's going to push to the top. So it could be a small percentage of white people, like you said, that's really out here like, where are the blacks? They could be bots. They could be Russians. Right. They could not even exist in real life. I don't, like, that's another question I would have too. How many of these white people that y'all are talking about are white people that are out in these streets?
That are out
and how many of them are just either A, you don't even have a real picture of them. Like the only, like, it could be an anime avatar ass motherfucker with, you know, Larry 752509 QXP, or how many of them are so tapped in via social media that they're looking at black people's TikToks going, I ain't going outside. And then you looking at white people TikTok be like, I mean, and the white person responds to that black person like, y'all should come outside. The truth is both of y'all inside. Both of y'all inside. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this even a real thing that's happening?
Agree.
You know what I mean? Not saying black people aren't sitting things out or whatever, but I don't even know if it's real that those two people that would be going back and forth.
Right.
You know, and Karen does this all the time too on the show. She'll be like, well, I'm not doing this. And then I'll, you know, gently kind of just push into the show like, is this even a thing you was doing before?
Right.
And if you weren't, nothing has changed.
Agreed.
So if you're like, well, I'm not marching, there's a lot of that going around from people that never marched.
Yep.
So that's more of a like rhetorical argument. People are upset about they're upset about hearing something, but if you stop and take a breath, it's like nothing has actually changed. The people that want to be in the streets will be in the streets. No one's stopping them from joining any protest movement they want to.
Right.
And if you if you just only consume it through online, I feel like you will start to get into a conflict because that's what our online is now. So though I feel like if you see a white person being like, well, where are the black people? They are too online. Because then go outside. Be out there, do your thing. Don't worry about that. So anyway, I'm with you, Karen. I doubt that this is a actual, true, on the ground conflict. I think it's a we sitting in a house conflict.
Right, and also I think like the No Kings and like a lot of these rallies that have been going around that have been white people have been the face of it. A lot of these white people didn't vote for Donald Trump. Right. A lot of them voted for Hillary. They voted for Kamala. And I know that racism has fucked niggas up. And it will always fuck us up. I know it will. But some of these white people out here are like, hey, we don't want this shit either. We didn't vote for this shit either. We're angry too. And this is the cause that they've decided to pick up. And that's okay. And I know this sounds crazy, and I get it. All causes, we don't have to be involved in all the causes. Like right. Everybody can't do everything and be everywhere at all the times. We just can't. And sometimes white people need to take up causes and fuss and yell and scream at other white people. We don't need to be involved. We don't need to be on the board. We you know, if they consult us, cool. But you know what I'm saying? This is y'all thing. Y'all go out there and get it. But black people and racism has fucked us up so bad that anytime we see all white people all day doing everything, we get scared. We panic. We're like, y'all gonna fuck it up. Y'all ain't gonna do it right. Like, and I get that. Like, I completely understand that fear, but there are just some fights that when it comes to this shit, we just can't fight them. Like, I don't mean no harm, because guess what? We've been fighting. They ain't listening to us.
Well, my thing is this, man. I don't even, the social media part of it just is so difficult because there was a wave of activism in quotes where people figured out how to monetize social media activism as like a brand.
Yes.
Right? And like all trends, that shit is not fashionable all the time. And of course, as we get numb to it, as we see that this is not bringing about the change that people said it would bring,
right?
As scandals start to come in, as bad faith actors start to come in, as we see people that made money off of it and then left us in the lurch, and the police are still killing us and they're no longer interested in that work anymore, or we now see like, oh wait, all their work was just online, you know, making long posts and shit. Like this, like making video. Everything was leading back to them and their own brand and their own hype and all this shit. I think it leads to more cynicism because people are like, well then, like that shit ain't working. It wasn't gonna work. And no, next time you have a thing, I don't want to do it. So you have that. Then you have people that genuinely came in to try to make change, and now it's been 10, 15 years and they quitting. You know, It's one of the reasons that I don't give a fuck how people feel. I will always shout out the older generation of activists that are still at it, because those people persevered in much rougher times with much less resources,
right?
And they still around. Like they still do work. So you can shit on them, but how many of y'all made it 5 years and was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with the domain registration for my website. I'm done with my podcast. I'm done with the marches. I'm done with the TV appearances. I'm going back to school. I'm having kids. I'm going I'm gonna start a new brand. I want to make real music, like,
right, because the shit is hard.
Yeah. And
I'm with you. When the stuff was first coming out and people didn't want to speak to the old heads, they act like the old heads was worthless. And I was like, hey, y'all, they have been doing this for decades, and it's a reason why they still doing it.
And a lot of them I wouldn't blame, but I think a lot of people also feel like, man, my job was trying to tell y'all how to avoid this. Now we in the thick of it. I got a different job.
Yeah,
like my job is focused on survival for my community, for my people I'm in proximity to. The job of like leading the march, the job of, hey, white women, put on your pussy hats, come listen to me tell you what we need to do. That job is over.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
The situation has changed.
Yeah, like this ain't I'm not saying the game was on easy, but the game was not on all Madden a few years ago, when it was like, hey, maybe, like y'all feel bad about Hillary, safety pin box, let's learn how to do some things like with this guilt and this back, like let's see what we can accomplish, so that we don't have to go through this.
This.
That time passed. We back worse. We on the pipe worse. We on the white supremacist crack pipe way worse than we were before. This a relapse in a way that made people go, hey man, I have to cut you off. I can't fuck with this right now. So I think that's part of it too. But anyway, I don't know how real it is that I'll put it this way. I'm on the internet a lot. Karen's on the internet a lot. I have not seen these white folks being like, where are the blacks? And it's also because I'm not looking for it. And the algorithm knows not to even put that in my face, because the way I would mute that and never return.
In a heartbeat. Get out of my face.
I won't entertain that. I won't even allow it in my space. I won't even allow it to aggravate me. I can't imagine a more feckless type of white person than one that's mad black people won't show up and do some work for them right now. I can't even imagine any value in that. We showed up in November, but all these people who sat home voted for Dump or a third party refused to show up for us. So now I'm going to mind my black ass business and hope for the best. My former protest will be to vote in the next election if we even have one. And Charles from Transmissions, shout out to Charles. He's on the Nerd Off often. We fuck with Charles. Hey, Rod and Karen, if y'all want to review Transformers the movie, I knew it was going to be Transformers related. You can't say Transformers on our podcast without Charles showing up.
Charles getting alert.
It's like Candyman.
Don't say it 3 times.
We said it 3 times. He's popped up. Till all are one. I was like, oh, it's him.
We got a post up here on the wall of the movie when we went to go see it years ago.
Yeah. I was like, is that Charles' music playing? I thought I heard Charles show up.
more than meets the eye.
Did somebody call Charles?
Yeah!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh,
Did the door just open up?
if y'all want to review Transformers the movie for its 40th anniversary this year, I volunteer to be your guide. Listen, I don't want to offend you, Charles, but I have to say you almost offended me. You think I need a guide to Transformers the movie, nigga? You think I need a guide, nigga?
He probably don't.
When
And now
Optimus
me,
Prime
that might be another
died,
story.
I was there. Okay? When Rodimus Prime opened up the Matrix on Galvatron and Unicron, Rod was there. Okay? When Ultra Magnus, the usurper, tried to interlope and be like, oh, I'm a truck. You was a truck. I should be the leader. I knew that charlatan could not lead the Transformers and the Autobots to the promised land. I knew that, brother. I've been there. I'm a day one with Cybertron. How dare you? How dare you?
Rod is speaking for himself.
I don't need no God. Now, if you want to be a part of the, if you want to transform and roll out with us, that's fine. But we going to be rolling out side to side, brother. This ain't going to be no, you in the front and I'm in the trailer of the Optimus Prime truck. That's not what's going to happen, brother.
You ain't going to be in the back of the group.
Yeah.
Well, I will, and I am just fine with that. Me and the other no-name Autobots.
Karen might need a guide, but I can guide Karen. Okay, we good over here, player. We could do a Blackout Test transmission crossover. I got plenty of Transformers trivia to bombard you with. Stay warm and safe. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do a crossover. I mean, that's dope, but it ain't gonna be no guides. I know that much. It's gonna be, we on the same page, buddy.
That's hilarious.
All right, let's go to YouTube and check the comments there. 5 comments on YouTube. Just chilling, bruh says they be hating on the tennis player Naomi Osaka being racist, trying to make her look bad, and she proving them wrong. Good Lord ain't gonna let them crackers talk bad about her, and the ancestors are disrupting the enemy. Man, I have not been paying attention to it. Is something happening with Naomi? I saw that. No, that was Coco Gauff. I don't know what they doing to Naomi. I don't know. I just listen. Pray for the black girls playing tennis, man. It's a hard time. I saw Serena was thinking about getting back in. I said, actually, I'm for this energy. I want that big protective, big sister energy, and I know
I want her to come back.
I just need the blacks to relax. If Serena come back, I just need the blacks to relax. Okay, y'all need to stop acting like if she come back at 41, she better win every tournament, or she need to quit. Calm the fuck down. We don't need to treat her like that. We don't need to treat LeBron like that. These are the GOATs. They going out. They showing the limits of their body. They passing the torch to the next generation by playing them. I don't mind them losing. They doing it for the competition of the sport.
Right, because they love the game.
That's what loving the game is about. Loving the game is not how you make the game worship you and bow down to you, and that's it. It's not just domination and that's it. Loving the game is the beautiful cycle that of coming up, that arc, and then going out, and the humility of it, and the fact that it humbles all of us, and that we all must submit to the game. That is what's beautiful to me about the sport. So
Right.
a lot of these people that dedicate their whole lives to the sport, that's what they love about it too. But I want them to come back, because Serena and Venus don't be afraid to speak their mind. They not worried about
Right.
the next tournament. They like, man, fuck these white girls. You better not say nothing to Coco.
Come on.
I need that, because I feel like it's not enough protective energy in the game around them right now.
Right.
So, and I do be seeing the racial undertones. Like, it was some woman trying to talk down to Coco or some shit, or maybe it was Naomi after the handshake, and I was like, who's this white lady think she talking to? I was like, I wish Serena was here, because Serena would have been in the press conference like, you know what, that woman always was a bitch, because they be ganging up on the low when they be doing their post games. Be like, I did see what happened with Naomi, and when I beat that opponent, she also was a complete bitch about it. Anyway, Christoph says, speaking of reviews, y'all be doing a review of A Night of Seven Kingdoms? No worries if not, but this Jackson is just burning a hole in my wallet. I don't plan on reviewing it, to be honest. I've watched both episodes so far. I don't dislike it, to be honest, but it doesn't feel like, for what we do with our reviews, especially the part where we take it and I make all those notes and make it comedy and make it funny. This being a comedy kind of undercuts that. I don't think I think it'd be more of a reaction of us just being like, haha, this was funny and this scene was cool, but it doesn't translate the same. Not to get too behind the walls on the creative side,
right.
but honestly, I think the key to our reviews is that we're taking things that the show and the people that cover the show and read the books kind of treat more seriously.
Yes.
And we add a comedic element to it, as opposed to, here's a show that is a comedic thing, and then we're telling you, like, I just feel like it'd be a hat on a hat. Like, the show is trying to be funny. Whether you like it or not, that's up to you. But,
right.
you know, the first episode, dude's like literally doing diarrhea behind a tree and farting. The main character is like, everything is like, he's so stupid. It's such a comedy that it's just hard for me to. This is not like the palace intrigue of the other things where we get to be like, oh, and this dude is like that. Like, the show is doing it, and
yes.
So I don't want to do it. But I am enjoying watching it though, and I like watching things. Sometimes it's just
to
not
watch
work.
him, right.
He also says, I love Tyreek told you, funny guy. And Joseph says, hey, y'all, 2230, I appreciate the clarification. Your quote about institutions consisting of people who can change really illustrates our point. We can push them if they won't, and if they won't change, we can push to get them the fuck out of there. 4145, I checked out the War Report thanks to seeing Gastor and Shalewa on their podcast, and I'm definitely a fan. I started their podcast from the beginning, and I'm working my way to current. Side note about that, it's so weird to relive news stories from the pandemic. Critical emotional damage. But Shalewa and Gastor are funny enough to make it worth it.
They are. They are a joy, and it's just, for me personally, like, I know, like, y'all love our podcast, I love their podcast. I can just tap in. I can just kind of separate from reality. I can just laugh. I can just go through the topics, with them and things like that. And so it is a joy. For me personally, it is.
Same. Spotify. Adebola says, I haven't even finished the episode yet. I just noticed the title. I'm screaming. Oomph was the title. Nichelle says, when you talked about being cold versus being springy is so poignant. It is a great way to illustrate being natural and without fear. Being cold is like being small. I'm to be springy and relaxed. Thank you. Sometimes we just, we stumbling onto some things over here. Mucho Mama says, sorry, I started this mess by asking you to review Home Alone and for an option to pay for a specific content review, the good stuff. I just went premium, so I'll survive. But the money I'd pay to have you review The Righteous Gemstones or Curb, take all my monies. You know what's funny? So you just went premium. If you listen to the pregame,
yeah, you and Justin.
Now, it
would be a while ago.
Yeah, so it depends on how you went premium. If you went premium through Patreon, then I think you can't listen to it.
All the way
but
back.
If you went premium through our website, you can actually go back to pre-games from like years ago. We have talked about Curb, and it'd be in the show description, like Rod and Justin and Karen talk about Curb Your Enthusiasm. They talk about Righteous Gemstones. We do talk about it there. It's not as detailed as an actual review because we're more talking about what we're enjoying and whatnot. But
yeah,
we have talked about those things.
Yes, you and Justin love both of those shows.
Yeah, and Karen watched Curb with me a bit too. The problem is HBO switched over from HBO Max to a different app.
Yeah, so we don't even know where we was.
It erased our progress, so I don't remember where we stopped. And I do need to sit down with Karen and find where we stopped because I was enjoying watching Curb with Karen, even if it was a rewatch for me, because man, that show is fucking hilarious. And Patreon, let's see if anyone left a comment on the ad-free Patreon edition of Oomph, episode 3215. Yeah, one comment. Nadine says, did Karen just say Squidworth?
Yes.
And a few moments later, Rod, thank you for addressing it. You're welcome, buddy. I'm not just trying to be a jerk here.
Oh no.
I hear it and I'm like, okay, so did the audience hear that? The poll, have you seen videos of people killing ICE, of the ICE killing people? Sorry. Yeah, it's definitely not the other way. Have you seen videos of ICE killing people? Yes, on purpose. Yes, but I wasn't looking for it. Or no. 54% of y'all are like Karen. You have not seen it at all. 24% are like me. Yes, but I was not looking for it. Like, I was just scrolling and it was like, hey, the same thing happened with Charlie Kirk, except someone literally tagged our Twitter to it. And like, you know, we monitor our Twitter, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to turn. I get it. It's a traumatic event. You probably are like, oh, I just want to make sure they see this to share it. But man, I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to see that. And so that's how I saw it. Someone tagged us to it. I'm just scrolling to see like, oh, let me make sure, you know, what fans might have questions. And then boom, murder. And it didn't even share with like a, hey, look at this. It was like, oh, and it was like, oh, what is it? Oh, I just saw a man get murdered. Oh, okay. And on purpose, 22%. So y'all are standing guard. Y'all are making sure y'all stay vigilant. Y'all are seeing what's going on. I feel you. All right. That is our first segment with no commercials until just now. Okay. Now you is going to get a commercial. DJ Jaffa, Puzzle, take me away.
Stopping your working.
Yes, well,
How's it coming along?
it's harder to write than all the others, much. I noticed.
Just that you seem puzzled every now and again.
That's it, yes. Puzzled. Puzzled. It's a funny word.
All right. Let's go to the next episode, guys. The next episode is 3216 Referee, the limited series, where we had Brandon from Drunk Black History, Brandon Collins, on with us. We got 5 comments, guys. First is from Apia, who says, here I say it. This new racist judge is a white woman I don't like. And no matter what comes...
I'm glad you don't like it either.
And no matter what comes before racist, unless it's the word anti, it doesn't work for me.
Ain't that the truth?
Trendy racist, sexy racist, AI racist is a no from me still. Thank you,
don't blame you.
Thank you for standing on business, okay?
Yes, 10 toes down.
Part of the 47%. Justin says, you know what, Judge will be on her social media saying 13%, 50%, which is the white supremacist talk to say that all black people are responsible for 51% of crime, even if it's nowhere near 13% of black people who are criminals, and the 51% is also not right either. That's some deep cut racism that I'm so glad I don't know, Justin. I would not. White people would sneak some racism right by me because I would be like,
in my face every day, and I'll be oblivious to it.
Like, if y'all don't go back to the black and white photos where y'all was just calling us N-words with hoses, I don't know 1350.
Make your racism simple again.
Yeah. Come on, man. I don't got time to be doing no puzzles.
Ain't
What I
no
look
math
like
and shit.
Laura Croft. Just be regular racist.
Right. Word problems.
Apia says, by the way, I never found this kind of humor funny, the jackass type. Oh, the white boy humor, yeah. Maybe it's for people who feel so safe all the time in the world that they can put themselves in danger for fun because they are bored. In my opinion, that is more of a man thing, but maybe I'm wrong. No, I think that's about right. I think it was a nigga that climbed, it was a white man that climbed a tower on Netflix, free soloing with no ropes and harnesses and shit. I didn't watch it, but the idea that he wanted to do it and the fascination with it feels very white to me. It just feels like we are the apex predators of the world, of humanity. We have no real oppression or anything that's actually like limiting us. So let me create some.
They go to the limit and shit with their drugs, with their alcoholism, with all that shit. Like, they go, you be like, woo, you trying to die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm less talking about addictive drugs and stuff because I also think that affects a lot of communities of color and stuff too.
Oh, it does.
I'm talking about like shit like bungee jumping, like stuff where like you don't have to risk your life. I think it's over indexed to whiteness. Not that there's zero black people that do it. I mean, possible
Right.
white man Jay probably listening to this, jumping out of a plane right now.
Right.
But
Head towards the ground.
yeah, so it's not like no black people are doing this shit, but just the idea of like I need to climb a building with no harness and no ropes is to me such a white thing. As is this type of humor of, oh, let me punch you in the balls. That's not a thing. If left to our own devices as a black person that grew up in black culture, that never was a phase for black people. There is no punch you in the balls phase in blackness. That's a white boy thing. If you hang out with white people and you a certain age, that's a thing all of them do.
Yeah.
I remember when I got older and got white friends for a little bit, and that was like they would hit each other in the balls, and they knew not to do the shit to me. I was gonna say I don't know how they know, but I know how they know. I fucking told them. I watched them do it each other. I said, I'm not that type of friend. Don't do that.
We'll end up brawling in here.
And like, oh, you never played such and such game? They all got weird names for you. Never played, ball slap or whatever. I'm like, no, I haven't. And we not starting that. Okay? I made it this long.
I will fuck this party up.
Because if we play the game, I'm playing it to win. And it's not by hitting you back in the balls, my friend.
Right.
When I get off this ground, someone else is going on it. Okay? So let's just not play with me. Y'all play with each other. I won't feel left out. I promise you. I won't feel like we're less of a friend because you hit Maddie in the balls, but not me. I won't be like, well, what my balls? Nobody want to hit my black balls? No, I'm fine. So yeah, it's a very white boy thing, and I was not into it either. EVE says, I always love it when Brandon's on the show. He's so funny, and I'm a fan of Medium Popcorn. We love it when he's here too. I'm so happy that Sinners received a historical amount of nominations, but I have PTSD from The Color Purple that got all these nominations and didn't win a single one. I fear the Academy is about to play in our damn faces. I hope not, but Hollywood loves a white savior movie, and there was no white saviors in Sinners, which is why I think they may choose one battle after another for that reason, hoping for the best but expecting the worst. Yeah, once again, as a person that's involved in one of these voting bodies, I will tell y'all the way that people analyze the Academy is antiquated and outdated and possibly never really been true. It's really more of a creative thought exercise to see how we connect the narrative dots of life and be like, oh, this is the story from this year's awards. But I don't really participate in it because I know just from being in a voting body, the North Carolina Film Critics Association, that's not how it works. There's no conversations, there's no meetings, there's no cabal, there's no secret person in a room going, actually, fuck everybody's votes. I've decided the white people will always win. What happens is as you diversify the people who are allowed to vote, you will diversify the results.
Yes, and they have.
And what people, it just fell on deaf ears, I guess, or just our PTSD of being black in America and experiencing racism, we will always be cynical. And I get it, it's a protective thing, but I struggle with it because I have empathy for the protective feelings that y'all have, but also part of me is like, what are we limiting ourselves to when we always brace for disrespect for our best stuff? I don't know. It just makes it seem like it's okay in a way. Like, oh, well, the Sinners didn't win anything because, they black. It was the best, but, white people don't want to give us. It's like, no, we are old. If it was one of the best movies, it should win. It got the most nominations ever. And I also think it's weird to get the most nominations ever and then be like, well, it won't win anything. So then why the fuck they nominated for anything? If that's the case, if these are the people that I'll nominate it, but I'll never vote for it, why would they even nominate it? Like, then don't even nominate the shit. I think it would be a much worse sign if Sinners got, 5 nominations. I'd be like, oh no, they might really not win anything because the nomination process is also part of it. You have to, me and Karen, we have to do this. They send an email, hey, what movies would you like us to nominate? Like, name it. So anyway, I get it, because I have empathy as a black person, but also part of me feels like this allows them to get away with it when we're like, we're just going to expect the worst. I'm not. The motherfucker got nominated for a motherfucking a record number. Then the shit better win something. It better not go over. Like, nah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I think it will be. They better win something.
Yeah. And once again, they diversified the electorate. Like, this is not that group that was like, only white people can win this award. That's not them no more. I'm sure some of them are still there, but some of them actually lost their seats. Because remember, anyway, I'm sure it's a whole old episode we went through that for fucking with black people when they diversified the Oscars. And I think a black person is running the Academy thing right now. I don't know if they're still there, but they were.
And they also changed some of the rules and regulations. Like, you had to be active and all types of shit because there were people that were voting that hadn't been active in forever. They was like, you're not even active in this field. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a black woman running it. Yeah. It's Lynette Howell Taylor. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think there's 10,000 film professionals. They've invited new people in. They've let new people in. I think we should expect more. But I get it. I respect that. As a black person, you know, everything I'm saying could be logical. And it's like, yeah, but racism. And you will never be wrong. I mean, racism is racism and it don't make sense. So, but I personally I would be optimistic about its chances. I don't know, man. It's a struggle, right? It's the dual consciousness. Because part of me is like, man, are we as black people playing ourselves by never having the joy of like, yo, this shit got nominated for 18. No one's ever done that. It's a hell of a feat. We're like, 18, oh God, that's 18 chances to lose. Like, damn. Question.
And we all struggle with this in various different things. It don't have to be the Academy, but for some people, for somebody else, it might be something else that they go through the same struggle, right?
Yeah, of course. It's none of our fault, but I struggle with it because I'm like, man, I want some joy in this blackness, and this is actually something to celebrate, but it don't feel like we're gonna get to. Question: does the baby come to the games with an entourage? No.
He comes with a bodyguard.
He has one bodyguard, I think. But also, I don't think the baby needs an entourage. He the one punching us.
He the one fighting.
He beat up regular people. The problem isn't that we like, oh man, who gonna protect the baby? It's like, who gonna stop the baby from beating us?
From beating me, right?
I need arena security. That's what I'm looking at. Like I said, he's sitting in our section way closer than we do, but I'll be like, I'll be keeping an eye on him during the game. Like, don't get too close. Do people asking for autographs, or do most people don't know who he is and how he can afford floor seats? They definitely don't ask. I don't see them ask for autographs anymore. And they might not know who he is now, but I think they do know who he is because they used to announce him at the game, and he'd be at almost every game, and they'd be like, it's the baby, and they point to him at some point like, he's here. And they stopped doing that because, he started doing wild shit.
Yeah, things started happening.
Yeah, he made it hot for the Hornets. Like, it's hard to be like, listen, I hate, the gays don't be up in here, and it's like, okay, it's Pride Night at the Charlotte Hornets.
Right, when they do that every year.
The baby's here. Like, I'm one of those people who didn't know he could still afford floor seats for every game. I don't know how that works. They could be giving it to him. I don't know. He could have a deal.
That's true, too. Yeah, they might have had a deal. You just never know with shit like
I
that.
wonder about stuff like that. Because, I don't know if you know this, but I was on the Reddit for Charlotte Hornets for those seats at the first row seats. You can't even, buy those seats individually.
Oh.
Like, if you just be like, I want to go to the Spurs game and sit on the court side, you can't just go buy courtside seats. It's like some sort of they gotta let you know type of shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, because
you gotta be somebody or something.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that either. So if me and you might be able to finagle something with our season ticket person. Like, hey, for this one game, we would like to pay more and sit closer.
Yeah, they probably could work something.
But the idea of just oh, let me go look at the Charlotte Hornets. Let me get
you have to
courtside seats.
Yeah, you have to have an inside person.
Yeah, you got to know somebody or something. So I wonder how much of that is actually them being like, because you see it all the time where they be like, oh, today at the game, Bryce Young. And it's like, I wonder if that's like they reached out to Bryce Young people reached out to them.
Yeah, and so right, because a lot of those people, they sit, like you say, right up front. And like you said, they probably reserve those tickets for those purposes.
For the riches.
Yep.
Ever since his many scandals, he fell all the way off, but good for him for at least being able to enjoy his favorite team play. Yeah. Sean says, I'm not really into... Oh, and the players do know who he is. Because sometimes you see players in the warm-ups or like during the game.
Because we're on the visitor side.
Yeah, they'll say something to him, dap him up. But even they know... I mean, he might be 4'2" or whatever the fuck. I forget how tall he is. He's not a super tall man and obviously not an NBA size. But I mean, even they don't want no smoke. I mean, he knocked people out and shit. They, you know... Like, Karl Anthony Towns ain't gonna come over there and be like, yeah, bitch. Like, you never know. He might not be able to just play around like that. He don't seem to play like that.
At all.
Sean says, I'm not really into reality TV, and I find sports statistics more entertaining than the sports most of the time, but I would definitely give refs a watch. Man, y'all, life is crazy because I said that whole thing about the ref thing, and that was, Sunday morning with Brandon? And it was a good time. It was fun, blah, blah, blah. And then, no joke, there was a referee who came to the NFL game and he had that shit on. And I was like, life is telling me this is the protagonist of my TV show.
Oh, shit. Can we see him?
I put it on the
Yes!
This tweet went a little bit viral. I said, nobody comes to the game to see the refs. Well, maybe they should.
Yes!
This man got a fur striped ref coat on.
He is first ballot. You know what? He roll up. You got to roll.
Listen. Okay?
Yes!
Now I want Delroy Lindo starring as the ref limited series where this all about us coming to see him. I think he could do it.
You know what? Every morning when he get dressed up, they play the old school NBA song. Yes.
Listen, I mean, I think he get dressed up to like cool black music. You know what I mean? Like some shit from a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, I was like up on 110th Street.
Yes.
I feel like he pull up in a referee, like a black and white strap caddy.
Yes, he does.
Like
ties, black and white.
Like I need this in my motherfucking life now. This cat daddy ass black referee show.
Yes. And when he driving down the street, at first everything looked like regular color, but as he drive down the street, everybody start like fading into black and white as he rolling around because he sees everything in referee colors. Let's go.
I feel like he walk like when he just in regular life, he be calling out people for breaking regular life rules.
Yes.
Like he be at the grocery store and he be like he blow a whistle and then person turn around and it's him and he's like, now you see the sign is 10 items or less. That's 11 items. That's against the rules. You need to put one item back. Sir, do you work here? I don't need to work here to know the rules. Like that's just him. Anyway, I got a whole show in my head, y'all.
You bump your buggy into somebody's buggy by accident. He show up out of nowhere, personal foul.
Yeah.
What? Where you come from, sir?
That's a charge.
Yes.
A charge? What? No.
What?
I'm just trying to get to the tomatoes. This grocery car had already established position.
Yes.
You did not wait your turn. You bumped them out of the way. That's a offensive foul.
He sees something spilled on the ground. He started looking for the ball boy, the person that wiped the court. He'll start looking around for them.
Right.
Where is the person that wipes this up? Sir, we'll go get. No. I'm not leaving until you get this off the ground.
Yeah, he got a whistle and braided on his zipper. Yeah, that's gonna be a real struggle from him. He gonna have the whistle all the time, and when he go to therapy and stuff, they got to teach him like, no, you don't have to use the whistle all the time. Sometimes you have to let people just live. It's like, no, I have to call everything.
You know what? They'll be like, you know what? Okay, keep the whistle, but take the little ball out of it. You know, just do that, and he won't even do that.
Right.
Or put like this. Or if he does it, He blows into it, and he's so good at it, he still makes the whistle. That was like, how are you making the whistle sound?
Yeah,
It was
he
like,
don't even need the whistle.
I'm a professional. I don't care if you take the ball
And
out
he
of
just,
it
I just want to see him
and then
do
dance
this.
away.
I just want to see him do it all the time. I just want to see. I want to see like if he walk by a parking meter and if he walk by a parking meter and it's expired, he blow the whistle. And he like go get the police. He'd be like, do you know this parking meter has been expired for 10 minutes? And the cops like, man, lay off, dude. It's only been 10 minutes. They just walk. I'm trying to solve a robbery up the street.
Come on, ref, it ain't easy. Ref is life. These names. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, you say Denzel Washington, he could do it too. But honestly, man, now that I seen that one ref, I kind of wanted to be
him.
Delroy Lindo. I don't know that ref can act, but that ref looked like Delroy in my head. Delroy Lindo could be the ref. He could. I want to. It's a whole goddamn show now.
Yeah, it is.
It's.
Y'all,
listen,
if we ever get the money, we got so many ideas over here.
I gotta write this script. I don't even really know how to write this type of script, but I need to look it up and just make it happen because he could do it. All right. Where were we at?
I don't remember.
What were we talking about?
Somebody said something about refs, and then you went off.
Where was I?
On the
Was I on YouTube? Maybe I don't know where I was at. Oh, it was Sean. Okay, so now let's go to YouTube and see what comments we have here. And of course we'll get the Patreon and all that stuff. 4 comments on the tubes. Sydney says, medium popcorn is how I found you guys. I was stuck living in a remote town with no movie theaters and needed a black review of Get Out. I always listen to a couple of eps to feel to get the feel of a podcast, and one of those episodes you guessed it on. Oh, needless to say, my life was changed. Oh, thank you, Sydney.
Thank you.
My whole life has changed.
Come on.
The girl on the other side of the road says the baby should have performed at the MAGA event because even knowing this, we still hate him. That's a good point. Like, in a way, I kind of get the whole Nicki Minaj thing. Like, you done spent all of our goodwill the last 5 years being a piece of shit. Might as well go get your gold fake ass immigration card, right? I mean, what am I, hate you more? Like, I wasn't gonna support you in any way anyway. Go on over there and be homophobic and grift.
Yeah, if they're gonna deport your ass, they're gonna ship you out of here. That ain't no legal document.
Girl, they done already dropped the Trump White House already put on social media that card is not real and it do not count for her citizenship.
No,
I already
it
saw
does
it.
not.
I was like, look at you, Scorpion crossing the road ass nigga. Donna Tia says, love Karen's glasses. I do too. Okay, she got new glasses.
You. Yeah, I was struggling with them for a bit. They some new fancy progressives, all 360 all the way around glasses. But I do like them, and I took Roger's advice. I got to pick because normally he goes with me. I went by myself this time. And so I was listening to his advice. So I made sure I got like extra big, extra wide frames. And these are actually larger than my other ones. I like them because I keep up to my face and I can look all the way around. And I'm always in the view of the glasses. And they got the light reflection and the sun reflection, all that good great stuff. So I actually really, really do enjoy my new glasses a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think also I like my glasses the way I like my politics. Okay, progressive lenses only. Okay,
progressives
don't
only.
give me them conservative lenses now. I don't fuck with that. Mr. OH says, Rod, I feel you. I was the same way when I heard about Ben Affleck being cast as Batman. Yeah, and the only question I have for that is, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with me and you? Why were we like that? We shouldn't have
ruined your night.
That was a bad reason to be. I
remember that. Roger came home hot, boy.
I should have been able to just be like, I'm a grown ass man, and who puts on a costume does not really affect my life. I'm still a little ashamed of that, but I share it because, I feel like we all need to share. And then on Patreon and Spotify, let's see what we got here. Patreon, are there any comments? Spotify, there's one comment. Big Bunny says, now why they masseuse gave our man Brandon a boob squeeze? Pull their license. Love when you guys cross over with the show. The Blackout Tips put me on to. Started the War Report as well. Keep it coming. Yeah, Big Bunny, you gonna enjoy War Report. I feel like a lot of y'all gonna enjoy War Report because we do.
And y'all, it is so much fun over there.
Yeah, they like Gastor and Shalewa are true. Like a oasis in a storm. That, I don't even think that in the desert. You know what I mean? It's a good relief.
It is.
One comment. Oh wait, no, I picked the wrong episode. The Referee the Limited Series. Let's see if there's any comments on Patreon for this one. No comments. And I did Spotify, so let's check the poll. The poll is: do you balance your checking account? Yes or no? 32% yes, 68% no. So shout out to the 32%. I'm in it. I'll be in there.
Yeah,
I got a whole spreadsheet.
I balance. Yeah, I use the same spreadsheet. I balance my checking account, and I think because I'm of the age of the fees and all that stuff, and I'm of the college age where we used to could take $5 out of your bank account. You know, now it's like 20s only. Before it was like 5s and 10s and shit like that. So I'm like, I don't want no fees. So I use to balance my shit to the goddamn penny.
Yeah, I think that's definitely for me too. Even though I probably could stop doing it, I don't think I ever will. And I think it's because I have PTSD. I think I have the bank fees. They got me too many times. I'll be like, I didn't see it coming. I'll be like, I thought I had it. So even though I'm not near zero anymore, I'll be looking at that motherfucker like, I don't know. So I would catch the motherfucker if they try to charge my card double twice at McDonald's. Oh, I'm not the one. Because I'm going to be up in there like, I kept the receipt.
Right. And they know most people don't like, I am the person that when I do something, I'm like, bitch, take your money out now. You know, like I don't like, because I go in, I see it's more, and I be like, oh, you ain't take your money out? Like type of stuff. When a lot of people, if you don't really pay attention, sometimes you think you have more money in there than you actually have, realizing that somebody just ain't take their money out yet.
Yeah.
And
that happens a lot less often, though.
True.
Because there's not checks.
Yeah, and like I said, that's that PTSD in me talking.
I don't know what situation that would happen in now because everything's so digital. But I used to be like that. But yeah, it used to be like that where you write a check and then motherfucker takes 17 weeks to cash it. And you be like, I know this money isn't real.
Right.
This number in my account is not real. Can you just please take it so I can stop fantasizing about what I could do with the money?
Right. And also I think for me, balancing your check would work out because they had this, I think it was kind of a scam, and I don't remember how they got my checking information, but they do this thing where they like hit your account with random ass Amazon purchases that you did not make, and the amounts would be for like really, really tiny dollar amounts. And they did it several times. I was like, hey, and I went to the bank, I was like, I'm not, and I refuted them every time. I was like, I'm not making this purchase. And they was like, oh yeah, it's a scam going on right now. They do that to test, and then one day they hit your account with something huge. And so I end up having to actually close my bank account. I was kind of hurt because my bank account is like really old, so I had like a lot of shit that they don't even offer on bank accounts nowadays. The lady, she looked like, woo, child, you had a bunch of stuff we don't even offer nowadays. I was like, I know, right, bitch? I prefer to keep my bank account, but these motherfuckers was like, I'm gonna take your money.
Next.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. This is just a commercial break. Relax, sit back, enjoy. This is just a commercial break. Now get the break. This is just a commercial. This is just a commercial break.
Last episode of the week, 3217 Destigmatizing the Stigmatism, where we had Mike Kaplan on. Sean says Karen dropping the nerd with the hard R was not on my 2026 bingo card, but it was hilarious. EVE says, I'm going to dip my toes into white people's business for a moment and explain the Beckham family feud as I understand it. Well, I'm all ears. As you know, David Beckham was arguably one of the most popular soccer players of his time. Victoria Beckham was in the popular group The Spice Girls, and she was Posh Spice. They married, had 4 kids, went on to be a power couple. Victoria retired from music to open her own fashion house and became a huge fashion designer. They are worth millions of dollars. Their names are their brand. Brooklyn Beckham married his wife Nicola Peltz in 2022. Apparently he mentions issues from his wedding, like the fact that Victoria stole the first dance from him, but witnesses say Mark Anthony, who sang at the wedding, called Brooklyn up, and then the most beautiful woman in the room, Victoria. So that was on Mark Anthony for calling up his friend instead of the bride. And Victoria was kind of wrong for going up there. Anyway, in the subsequent years, Brooklyn and Nicola have had a decent public relationship with David and Victoria up until recently. It could have something to do with David and Victoria's second son, Romeo, dating one of Brooklyn's exes. People also speculate that the rift is Nicola's fault because when she dated Anwar Hadid, brother of Gigi and Bella Hadid, that Anwar was estranged from his family as well. They say she's controlling and Brooklyn is whipped. One important piece of information that should be mentioned is that Nicola is the daughter of Nelson Peltz, one of the richest men in the world, a billionaire, who has invested heavily in the movie industry to get his daughter Nicole's career going. Is it going? I don't know her.
Cause like, who?
Yeah. Now I'm not trying to say she's the problem, but I find it interesting that the two biggest movies she's been in were super turds. One was the Transformers movie, the one with Marky Mark, where she played his daughter. Oh, that was her? Okay. Mm-hmm. And she had that creepy older boyfriend. That movie was creepy. That is a weird movie to get your daughter in, because Michael Bay is just gonna do crotch shots of your nubile daughter, and somewhere this man was like, finally she's becoming a star. I'm like, ugh. Right. Did you see the movie, Daddy? I wouldn't see it if I was you. I needed to see the crack of my daughter's ass. It's the only way she can be famous. And the second one she was cast in was because her father funded it. That movie, Avatar: The Last Airbender. She played Katara. Oh,
that movie where they mispronounce everybody's name.
Aang. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, you still have not paid for your crimes.
He has not.
Draw your own conclusions as you will. And Miss Barnes said, I said no on the poll because if I attack you with food, because it was have you ever attacked someone with food? I said no on the poll because if I attack you with food, I must really, truly hate you. The way these grocery prices are, I'd rather stab you 40 times. Shout out to His and Hers on Netflix before I throw any cilantro at you, and I hate the taste of cilantro. Let's see. Let's go to the comments on Patreon and Spotify. Patreon. Mike is a cool cat. Right on for having him on again, says Soul Power. Thank you, Soul Power. Right on to you too. YouTube. We got 2 comments on this one. Ramsey PH Dunn says 5 stars for including Mike in the banter segment. Vanglorious. Listen, the more often people come on, the more we can do that.
Yes.
Jason says, always a pleasure when Money Mike Kaplan stops by. He becoming an unofficial member of the show. The Capadonna, if you will. I can relate to what he was saying about eating fast. I'm nervous when eating in public, and this usually results in me going all out to be done quickly as possible. I never really feel like that except when we're at a Hornets game, sometimes they put the camera on the crowd for no reason, just to be like, hey, it's people in the crowd. Nothing's happening on the court. And sometimes before the game, we get there early and you might want to grab a snack. And I'll be like, please don't let these niggas put the camera on me while I'm dipping a chicken.
And you see it all the time. People like mid-mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
I'm like, don't do me like that, man. This is already bad enough in America with being big and people being, look at them eating. Nigga, we all eating. Calm down.
And we all here snacking and munching 20 minutes before the game.
Like, let me just put these M&Ms in my mouth and y'all film somebody else. Bruno Mars absolutely gives off the 80s vibe, not just in his music, but even in his appearance. Right? He look like he got a cocaine pinky. He just do.
And I am ready to see him live. I'm really excited about that.
There are certain people who just look 80s. The Paul brother absolutely looked like he could be in The Last Dragon, a slightly deeper cut. There was this North Carolina basketball player named Joe Forte in the early 2000s. I remember him, and me and my friends used to just say he looks just like he came from the past. Yep, shout out to Joe Forte. He was an old school throwback. And the comments on Spotify. We got 3 of them for this episode. Nelly T says nanny means grandmother in Brit talk. Oh, okay. So it's not your actual nanny, like a nanny like we call it in America, where it's like a babysitter type. Wolf PKCA says, or Wolfpack CA says, I do find it funny whenever people find out I read books, they start recommending books they like to me, and now I have homework. Right? It is crazy. You can't be like, I like this book. So it's gotta be some weird, like, yeah, I like this book. And then they be like, oh, have you read 12 other books cause I didn't read your book, so fuck that. But have you read 12 other books instead of having a conversation about the one you did read? Like, I want out. Damn, I was listening to this episode last night. Then they arrested Don Lemon today. Chaco Bean says, I listened to this about an hour or two after hearing about Don Lemon. That's what be happening, y'all. That's what be happening. They be arresting us. Yeah, Don Lemon got arrested. He's out, but, you know, I talked about this a lot on Karen Hunter's show yesterday. You probably listened to the replay on Sirius satellite radio. But the thing I don't say about Don Lemon, man, is I think it's not a coincidence that the 4 journalists they arrested were black. And I also think it's not a coincidence that John Bolton and James Comey were targeted by this administration a year, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. I think that happened because they are men without a country. Right? Liberals don't like them. Conservatives don't like them. Nobody's stepping up to protect their rights, right? We're like, those of us who are standing up for them, we're standing up for them out of principle.
Right.
We're like, hey, I don't like John Bolton. I don't like James Comey, but they have rights, and these are targeted, vindictive investigations that y'all are doing to these people, right? That's what we're saying. That's what the reasonable ones of us that are saying that. The issue is, to me, or not the issue, but where it relates to me, is that when those men don't have a country, it's because of their actions, right?
Yes.
James Comey did things that pissed people off on both sides. John Bolton did things that pissed people off on both sides. The legitimacy of the investigation is you know, you can debate that, but the other people like Letitia James, people like Don Lemon, they are considered to be without country because to be black in America is to be without country.
Right.
Like it's not a liberal, Democrat, conservative media. It's none of it. It's just no one's gonna stand in the way to protect your rights. We don't expect anyone to truly come to your back. And I feel like, and I'm sure it's not, this is just a feeling. So let me just tell you, it's a feeling. It's not a fact. But I felt it when it happened. There was a type of rage in me that was like, man, if this was Jimmy Kimmel losing his television show, everybody would be fucking talking about it. I'm not saying no one's talking about it. I think a lot of people are talking about what's happening with Don Lemon.
But not on the same scale.
It's not the same. I'm sorry, but it's just fucking not.
And I will always feel the way about that.
Yeah, it's just not like, and I know it's not as simple as like cut your Hulu off or whatever. I get it. And there are people trying things, you know, there's people like, hey, we got to have, but honestly, to be honest, the stuff that they're doing where they were like, we're going to have a labor stoppage in America or whatever. They're only doing that because of the white people that got shot. They didn't do that because Don Lemon was arrested. The media channels that you expect to have their back, you know, CNN said something because he used to work there. They put out a statement, but they're going to have Scott Jennings on. And when this topic comes up on Abby Phillips and Scott Jennings show, or the Scott Jennings show featuring Abby Phillips, Scott Jennings going to be there to tell you why nothing was wrong with him getting arrested.
Right.
So like, I don't give a fuck what CNN statement is. The people they put on the air are disgusted, and they will cover for this type of authoritarianism. And then the other stations are silent. What you think CBS gonna do something about it? Barry Weiss is in charge there. 60 Minutes probably working on a 20-minute piece on this that's going to get cut on Sunday morning, and we never gonna get to see it unless we live in Canada. Like
ever.
Is Jeff Bezos' newspaper supposed to cover it? Like, we are fucking cooked, man. And so, and like I said, they start here. This is not the end. This is an escalation. But they start with this, and maybe we'll get a reaction when it's a white journalist that people know and respect. You know, if Rachel Maddow got arrested, I think we would see.
We posted everywhere.
We'd see a response that was proportionate to what the Jimmy Kimmel thing was. But you know, and I know he doesn't work for a network right now, but you know, he's a household name.
Right.
You know Don Lemon, and you know he's a journalist, and you know he was there in the fashion of a journalist, and you know his rights are being violated. That's why judges and other jurisdictions and all these other people would not participate in this fucking farce, and yet they don't care about the rules. The Trump administration, they were going to get their perk walk. They were going to get their trying to humble this man, and he's a fighter, and he won't be humbled, I'm sure, but still, it's just... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, and before we go on, it's one of these things, and like I said before, I've had to hear a lot of loud people on the internet that have been wrong over the years.
Right.
Well, then you were wrong, and I will never not say you were wrong. But like this, that's a bullet that you're gonna have to eat forever in my mind. Like like I said, and that's my personal hang up. I just some things I'm just not gonna move past until you admit that you're wrong. Because that's the only way, particularly on a liberal and the Democratic side, we're going to move on. Too many people were wrong. Y'all were just flat wrong for not participating, not voting, opting out, getting excuses, your schisms and all that shit. You were just flat ass wrong. And I said this before, and I will say it again. In America, they are attacking journalism and free speech. They're attacking it for a reason. And you're going to have, my prediction, and I hope that I'm wrong, some journalists here in America go to other countries and cover American news, because they go, I am an American, and I want things to be public, but I cannot do it within the parameters of my own country. Like, I want the truth to be out here. I want things to be out here. But the government is making it where I can't do my job. Like somebody that actually loves journalism, loves the truth, you know, that actually is like who, what, when, where, why, and how. You're going to have an exodus of a lot of those people out of this country, and it's going to be a drain, and that's not good for our country, because then you're left here with a lot of people, misinformation, disinformation, and not enough people telling the truth. Because the thing here in America, our news is sheltered. We actually don't hear about what's happening around the rest of the world. We quote unquote do, but there's so much shit happening in America, in your small town, that we don't actually hear about the other things outside of the United States, because we're in a bubble here. And so when these things do go up in other countries, Americans are lazy. They actually don't do the extra effort to actually go, and they're not actually going to go and read these things from these journalists in these other countries. And so I think it's going to be very dangerous, in my personal opinion, with this. So like I say, the time to fight is with your vote. The time to fight is now. Like now is the time to be doing these things to prevent these things from happening. And my thing is, I don't want to be right. But like this, prove me wrong. I would rather sit back and be like, y'all surprised me, than to be like, I was right. I would prefer to say y'all was right. Like, I would prefer to be like, yeah, people did the right thing. They actually voted for Kamala Harris. Y'all, my bad, I was wrong. But it's a lot of like, damn, I was right, and I don't want to be right.
All right, that's politics till we get mad. Let's go to the next segment.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you, shame on you. Fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Psycho.
I'm going to go to bed.
I know this the feedback show. I'm sorry I'm off topic, y'all.
We got one voicemail from Christoph.
Rod and Karen, my favorite two people in the world. Apologize for the heavy breathing in the gym right now. Trying to get like Rob, yo. Just trying to get like you, big bro. It's Saturday, January 24. Man, and it's a crazy day, yo. They're killing white people in the streets. I'm gonna say it. They're killing white people in the streets. Like, what are we doing, fam? what are we doing in this country, yo? This shit's insane. I'm like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I the only one seeing this bullshit? I can't be it. Like, I know I can because, like, y'all talk about it every day, and I appreciate y'all just for, like, staying on top of everything, even though it can be so heavy and demoralizing and stressful. I do appreciate you guys just, like, doing the work that the people who should be doing this work, our media, and our trusted news sources should be doing. So I generally do appreciate y'all for doing that. Man, I don't know why I even called in. I just want to say how much the work y'all do, because it's very important.
Thank you, Christoph.
That's hilarious.
You're welcome, buddy. He was like, I just need to dial a friend. They killing white people out here. It's different. Like, we not used to this in America. We used to them. Hey, but honestly, dude, they've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was listening to Spotify, and it had brought up one of my. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole thing again, but y'all already know how I feel about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I actually think it's Kendrick Lamar's most important album, and I swear by it, and I'm 100% like I mean it. I've thought about it, and I love it. It might be my favorite album of his, even if it's not the most jamming one to everybody.
Right.
Sometimes shit is better and more important than that. But it reminded me of when he said calamities on repeat. It I don't know, there's just something in that. Matter of fact, let me look up the lyrics real quick. But it was something about just the way that he said that, where it's like, yes, that there's just this whole idea of like, oh, this is all new, but bro, they've been doing this stuff so many times. You know. Yeah, he goes, it's in the second verse, where he talks about like basically rappers who act so brash and whatever, but they actually, everybody's fucking afraid to put out anything real and be judged for it. Bite their tongues and rap lyrics, scared to be crucified about a song, but they won't admit it. Politically correct is how you keep an opinion. Niggas is tight lips. Fuck who that'll be different. And I think at the time people was thinking like, oh, does this mean it's like he's conservative or something? And I was like, no, I think he's just talking about like, there's so much music that's not saying shit.
Nope, at all.
And I get it. Like sometimes you just want vibes and the vibe out. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's some of this is not about vibes. It's you're afraid to say anything real. And what Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is about is it's real. It's 100% real. Every flaw, everything you can be judged for, everything we're afraid of sharing with each other is in that album. All the lessons we've been told, you know, that social media and society moral judgment of us has made us afraid to share, but it's what makes us human. It's actually the only thing we have in common.
It's like and that's, you know, our flaws are what connect us.
Yes, and that's our real humanity.
Yeah, internet has showed us don't show your flaws.
But the line that really stuck out to me this morning, and I mean this is prophetic and poignant to the moment that we're in, but is, do you want peace? Then watch us in the street. One protest for you, 365 for me. Meaning like, and at this point he's talking to white folks. Like this is like hey man, y'all participate in this like a hobby. This is just life for me. So I don't like, you can do a march, feel better. I'm marching outside my house every day, worried about the police. Vladimir making nightmares, Vladimir Putin. But that's how we all think. The collective conscience. calamities on repeat. And that's what when you say shooting white people in the street now, they been shooting white people in the street. You know, I think about Vietnam. I wasn't alive for it, but Vietnam, like, they shot protesters at a college.
That's what college costs now.
Yeah, under Nixon, I believe. Like, yeah, man. This is so anyway, we in the shit now. I guess you can take some solace in, you know, the fact that people have made it through tough times and tougher times and all that stuff. But when we say that, the thing I think about is not everybody made it through. Some people did not make it through. You might be one of the ones that make it through. You might not be one of the ones that make it through.
Agreed.
That's why we don't want to go through these times. But we are here now.
Sir.
And so we must focus on survival and thrival and all that stuff, because that's where we at. All right. And now I'll go straight to the emails because we only got 2. Nichelle says, Rod, just in case you have time to listen to this podcast episodes about TikTok influencers who interview politicians, an interesting thing that Joe Biden's people reached out to TikTok folks during the campaign, but most of them were not interested in having Joe Biden on. I don't think it would change the results of the election, but I think the narrative that old Joe had no idea how to reach kids is a fallacy. Yeah, everyone just kind of extrapolates the negative shit they think about Democrats onto all the Democrats, and I'm sick of it. And it's not very thoughtful. It's not very concise. It's not very logical. It's a very emotional response. And anytime you name anything that Democrats actually did, because they'd be like, if you just wrote a checklist of what you wanted Democrats to do, when I start pointing out where they did do those things, they don't care because it's an emotional thing. They were never having an actual logical thing based in reality. Almost everything they suggest, some Democrat, if not most Democrats, are doing the thing. This is why I am so distrusting of your TikToks and your Facebooks and your Twitters and all this shit. I know that people get tight, especially last year when I brought up TikTok. But now that, you know, it's official that a fucking conservative billionaire owns it the same way Twitter does, maybe you can take the fucking mask off your face and off your eyes and see. Like, what I was saying was not a personal judgment of, oh, this is the one you enjoy. It would be like me saying Netflix is also fucked up for what it's doing to writers and creatives. And you'd be like, but I watch Netflix. Okay, well, Hulu's fucked up. Apple's fucked up. I'm saying it is working on you if you feel like this one's different. Then it already got your ass. We all smoking cigarettes. You like, but my cigarettes is cancer free. And I'm like, nigga, it's cigarettes. They all giving us cancer.
They all.
No, Rod. Virginia Slims would never do me like that. Oh, so Virginia Slims marketing and got you.
That Slim ass cigarette.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you help yourself. So anyway, my point being, Kamala Harris reached out to Joe Rogan. I still know people that think, well, you know, the problem is she wouldn't go on Rogan. But Rogan gave her the end around and then went and bent over backwards to have Trump on. He never wanted her on. It was never fair and honest. And even if she went on there, he's not giving her the puppy dog interview that he's giving Donald Trump. He's not doing that. So, like, we have to stop holding these people up as if they are just these avatars of... we have to stop pretending this is not a rigged game. That's all.
Right.
All right, next one is from oh no, this is just a person trying to get on the show. Never mind. All right, y'all, that's it for this. That's it for this week. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for listening. Until next time, when we have Tim Barnes on the show in the morning, hopefully. Yeah, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye everybody. Happy snow day. Peace.